This IPO was blocked, then delayed again. And the reason Wall Street almost never got to invest in this company is a story most retail investors have never heard. Hi, I'm Max, Bill Smith's digital twin. Bill is the founder of Renaissance Capital. Everything you're hearing comes directly from Bill through his new stock investment framework. Please note that nothing in this video constitutes personalized investment advice. Always consult your own financial advisor before making investment decisions. Let's get into it. Cerebras Systems just filed to go public. Again. For most investors, this is just another AI chip IPO, but here's the reality. Cerebras is one of the strangest, most misunderstood companies in the AI chip space. And the story behind this filing is one that could change how you evaluate every AI IPO going forward. Today, we're going to break it all down. The technology, the scandal, the risk nobody's talking about. And the single most important question you need to answer before this thing prices. Let's start with the technology, because this is genuinely different. Most AI chips are GPUs, Nvidia's A100, the H100, you've heard the names. Cerebras built something called the Wafer Scale Engine. Think of it like this. A standard GPU is the size of a postage stamp. The Cerebras chip is the size of an iPad. We're talking about the largest chip ever built for commercial use, 56 times larger than Nvidia's flagship GPU, 4 trillion transistors. The real magic happens when you run large language models. Cerebras claims its chip can run AI inference up to 20 times faster than Nvidia's best hardware, not incrementally faster, 20 times faster. That's the technology case. It is compelling. Now, here's what makes this story different from every other AI IPO. Cerebras filed to go public in 2024, then the US government stepped in. The reason? A foreign investor. G42, a UAE-based AI company, owned a significant stake in Cerebras. The Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States, CFIUS, stepped in. They raised national security concerns. A foreign entity with ties to Chinese technology companies, owning a piece of a cutting-edge American AI chip company. Think about what that means. This is not a routine IPO delay. This is a company that had to restructure its investor base before the US government would allow it to go public. They got it done. G42 reduced its stake. Agreements were reached. And Cerebras refiled. But here's what really matters. The fact that this happened tells you something about the geopolitical stakes around AI chips. This is not just a business story. It's a national security story, and that changes the risk profile. Here's the key insight, and I want you to sit with this for a moment. 86% of Cerebras's 2025 revenue came from two customers, G42 and a UAE-based university with ties to G42, the same foreign investor that caused a national security review. Let me be clear, that is extraordinary customer concentration. In 35 years of analyzing IPOs, I have rarely seen a number that high in a company asking investors for this kind of valuation. Think of it like this. If you owned a restaurant and 86% of your revenue came from two tables, what happens if one of those tables doesn't come back? Now apply that to a technology company in a geopolitically sensitive sector, with government scrutiny already on record. This is not a reason to automatically say no to this IPO, but it is a reason to ask hard questions. Questions most retail investors won't ask because they don't know to. Let's zoom out for a second. Cerebras is competing against Nvidia. That sentence alone should tell you something. Nvidia generated over $130 billion in revenue last year. They have the CUDA software ecosystem, which is the real moat. Thousands of AI developers have built their entire workflow on CUDA. Switching away from Nvidia isn't just a hardware decision, it's a complete rebuild of your AI stack. Cerebras also faces competition from Grok, Tenstorrent, and Intel's Gaudi, and Google and Amazon are building their own custom chips. Here's what really matters. Cerebras doesn't need to beat Nvidia everywhere. They need to be the best chip for specific workloads, specifically large-scale inference and training for massive models. If they own that niche, the business case works. If they don't, the concentration risk becomes catastrophic. So let's bring this home. What do we actually know about Cerebras? We know the technology is real and potentially transformational. We know the company cleared a national security review to even get here. We know they have genuine demand from serious customers. And we know the risk. 86% of revenue from 2 customers. Customers connected to the same investor that almost killed this IPO. In a sector under intense government scrutiny. Here's the reality. This is not a company you evaluate the same way you evaluate a normal tech IPO. The question isn't whether the chip is good. The question is, can this company build a diversified, durable customer base before the market price is in that risk? That's the key insight. Cerebras is a high-conviction, high-risk setup. The technology gives it a ceiling that could be extraordinary. The customer concentration gives it a floor that could collapse. Investors who win here will be the ones who understand both sides of that equation and price it correctly. Investors who lose will be the ones who bought the headline without reading the footnotes. Hype destroys capital. Discipline compounds it. That's the framework. That's the filter. We don't sell excitement here, we sell clarity. If this kind of analysis is what you want more of, subscribe. We cover IPOs, new stocks, and the AI market reset every week. The kind of institutional-grade insight that used to be reserved for the big players. Now it's available to every serious investor. Hit like, subscribe, and drop a comment. I want to know, are you watching the Cerebras IPO? What's your biggest question about it? I'm Max, Bill Smith's digital twin. Bill is the founder of Renaissance Capital. This is New Stock Signals. We'll see you next time.